Hey guys, so welcome back to Cody and BRANDEE vlogs. I'm Cody.
Hi Cody, I'm Cody.
Hey guys, so welcome back to BRANDEE and Cody vlogs. Normally we do vlog type videos, but we thought it would be fun to do a sit down video and kind of do like a Q&A. So we asked some questions on Facebook. And did I ask on Instagram? I don't remember.
I didn't see anything on
I don't know.
Instagram.
And then we'll probably just make up a few as we go or whatever. But meet Cody. He hasn't really been in any of the videos. And
Not yet.
I'm BRANDEE.
We're in progress.
And we have a little boy who's 2 years old named Kipton.
Guest starring. He's right here.
Right here.
Surprise.
And we got to keep him down low because he's potty training. So can't have him fully in the vlog. What is your favorite part as a parent? And I want to hear each of y'all's.
Teaching him new things and watching him grow every single day. Most absolutely the coolest part to being a parent. To me, like being a car guy or just whatever I like doing, I like putting an investment in something and watching the outcome and growth. So watching him grow into the person that he's going to be one day and who he is now is just, it's an awesome feeling.
Yeah. So I think my favorite memory as a parent is when Kipton went into Sunday school class for the first time without crying, because that was a big deal to us. And he opened the door himself and he went in and played with the kids and he came out smiling just as much. And I think that was my favorite part. I had a different one before, but Cody said it was too long of a story.
It was a very long story. It involved Disney World.
What is something each of y'all have learned about being married? Any advice?
So my biggest advice is to learn how to compromise with each other and learn how to be independent in a marriage. You should never have to depend on anyone other than each other to get something done. However, it is an awesome benefit to have family around.
Okay, sorry if the lighting or the angle kind of changed. Kipton ran around and pulled the camera down, whatever. So, yeah, so to piggyback off of what he said, I think family is like a big part of our relationship. But to piggyback off that kind of too, though, we had to rely on each other a lot because of the military. Our family wasn't there with us. And we had to basically realize, like, at the end of the day, family's there virtually, but we're there physically, emotionally, 24/7. That's who we got is each other. And I feel like people need to do that. It's like, that's who you got, your spouse and God. And then aside from that, family is a really good structure to push you forward and grow as a couple and support you and whatnot. But don't let the family sway you. Thankfully, we both have really awesome families, so they've only supported us. But it says, what type of job is Cody doing in the Navy? And is he getting out?
Short answer is I'm an IT on a submarine, so I run a lot of the networks on board a submarine. There's a lot of them. Can't really tell you much more than that. That's pretty much where I cut off there. As far as me getting out, the short-term goal is to do 3 years of shore duty in Kings Bay. After that 3 years, find a job that's equivalent to or greater than the same pay, and then transition out of the military in 2022. So that's the overall plan. That's the goal. I don't foresee myself going back to sea duty. It's not the life I didn't not enjoy it. It's just I don't want to do that again. It was too hard for the family, too hard for my son, too hard for my wife. I'm not gonna sacrifice as much time as I did last time. I know if I don't put in the same product as I did last time, I'm selling myself short. So with that being said, I'm just not gonna go back.
No matter how each other, feels about that situation, at the end of the day, we have a united front, and that's kind of how we have decided that that's the route we want to go. How long have y'all been dating and or married? We've been together for 9 years, dating, and we have been married for 5 years in December. So, yeah, that's how long.
It's pretty long time.
What are y'all's styles when it comes to home decor, farmhouse, modern, what?
That's a really hard one for me.
Sorry.
Go, you're fine.
I feel like it changes with every, year. When we first got married, we could care less because I feel like it was in the financial situation we were in.
Yeah.
And now I guess it's more farmhouse style, but still keeping in mind that things change and we change as people. So kind of like we're trying to figure out the most expensive stuff to be more timeless pieces, but I don't know, like style, if we really have one.
That's a hard question. I think overall you just have to come to our house and figure it out.
Come on over.
Yeah.
Do you love your house, and will there be a home tour soon? Yes, we do love it, and we hope to do a home tour. Probably do an empty home tour and then do a, not when it's finished, but a little furnished home tour. Or maybe, I don't know, we'll have to talk about it.
We'll talk about it. That's actually a really good point. We can do that.
What made you want to join the military?
It was always the secondary choice. It wasn't the primary choice. It was actually like the emergency choice. Military is always hiring, so I knew that if I needed a stable job and a stable income, I was able to go pursue that. So college wasn't working out, long story short, and I needed a means to provide a way for me and Brandie to get married, settle down, start a family, and I saw in 4 years just if I continued going to college, my life just decelerating and slowing down and not getting anything done. So what I do is I joined the military, got a stable income, married the woman of my dreams, and provided a means for my family. Now I have a little kid. He's right here. So it's definitely helped. You get in what you get out of it, or you get out what you put in it. Mm-hmm. There you go. That's what I was trying to say. Mm-hmm. And a lot of the time, it's really hard to see that at the time because of all the sacrifice that you do. But it was definitely worth it in the long run. If I went back, I wouldn't change a thing.
I agree. I think it was the best thing for our family. I don't think that it was our emergency, but I have loved the ride. I've loved the journey. I mean, it has scared me to death in some parts. It's put me into depression in some parts. I think you've been through depression in some parts.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say depression, but it's been depressing, I guess.
No, I have been in depression.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you've been on deployments.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd say that both of us are very, very close to our families. And I think that put us through a lot of depressional seasons of life, but it just made us lean on each other even more, I feel. So I feel like there was days that Cody, like, if I don't get a plane ride home, I don't think I'm gonna be able to do this whole military thing. And he would. He'd send me home, and I would get my, like, fill of family time. And I just had a nephew, so then I'd go back to you, and I would be good,
yeah.
And it'd be fine. And then I guess after that was in Connecticut. He was in A school. We prayed really hard that we would get sent back to Florida, because when he joined, we had just said to each other, like, yeah, you're gonna join, we're gonna stay in Florida.
Yeah.
I don't, like, did you even think?
Really bad planning, but
like, we didn't even think. We just assumed that he was gonna join, he was gonna go to boot camp, and as soon as he was done with boot camp,
I'll come back to Florida.
Yeah, this is what we told my family, because my family's not a military family, so we're not, like, really familiar as far as like, closely, my papa is, but immediately my family's not family.
No.
So we kind of told my family, as soon as he got done with boot camp, he's going to be back, and we're going to just be golden, and that does happen for a lot of people here, because we're in Jacksonville and there's so many bases. But for Cody and submarines, that just didn't happen.
As soon as I said submarines, those options went completely out the window, and the only way to actually make it happen was by going to Kings Bay.
Yeah.
So now that we're there, it kind of worked out. But
yeah, it took years. We were in Groton, and we prayed to come home, and they further to Connecticut, and then we prayed to come home, and he sent us to California for 3 years, and then a deployment later, and a baby later, and we prayed to come home, and another deployment.
Yeah, there you go.
Yep. So 2 deployments later, and now we're home, and you're on shore duty, and we're grateful.
That's great. That's probably another question.
How did you guys meet?
I was in ninth or 8th grade.
No, you were in 10th, and I was in 9th.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That sounds, yeah, it is right. So I was in 10th grade at our high school, and we were in art class, ironically. And this new girl, her, decided to show up one day. I don't know where she came from, but I knew there's this beautiful blonde 8th grader. Then I was a 10th grader. No, sorry, I said that wrong. 9th grader. I was a 10th grader. She was a 9th grader. And typically, new faces don't come along in the high school that I was going to. It's a small town, small school. Everyone knew everyone type scenario. So this new blonde girl came up, and I have no idea who she is. And everyone else seemed to know who she was. So that perked my interest. One, how come everyone knows her and I don't? So from there, it kind of kicked off.
In middle school, I really liked this little boy, and he had no interest in me. So when I went into high school, I felt like any cute kid was like, no, like I was not gonna waste my time to go after like cute kids, honestly. So if like the cute kid would come to me, I would feel the waters out or whatever, but I would not go after anybody again because that little boy like hurt my heart for 3 whole years in middle school. So when I met Cody, he was cute, and I was like, okay, he can just do his art thing. So me and Cody sat together a lot, and when I was in 9th grade, we sat together a lot, but I was like no interest really. And then I actually like the timeline kind of like leaves me.
Shrunk?
Yeah. But I do know, I think the main thing that kind of got us together, which is kind of weird, was everybody in Baldwin is a small town. It's a small community and a small school. So the girl that I was friends with, which I was friends with basically everybody, I don't feel like there was anybody that like, you know, anybody, I feel like everybody kind of liked each other.
Yeah.
Because they're so small, you can't really hate anybody.
Yeah.
Now, obviously there's like exceptions to rules. People did hate each other, whatever. But so there was a girl that we were friends with, and Cody was dating her. Cody and her had broken up, and I was like, Cody, get back together with this girl. Long story short, they didn't work out. And how did we even, that summer.
Yep.
The following summer, so we just said, he was like, Brandee, stop, it's not going to happen. And I was like, fine, there's gotta be a reason it's not gonna happen. And God willing, there was a reason, because that summer, my mom took me and my best friend to the beach, and we were hanging out, and we had walked up. Now, Jacksonville Beach is very large. There's a big, long ocean way, and there's many points where you can get onto the beach. Obviously, a lot of us hang out by the pier because that's, you know, the most fun. Cody decided he was gonna surf that summer, so we went onto the pier side, and my mom's not a beach goer, and she still took us to the beach that summer. We went every single day. So we go onto the beach, and I see Cody and his brother and his brother's girlfriend there. So I go over there, and I guess one thing led to another. We just hang out in the water, and then you said, let's hang out again tomorrow, and Mom said, sure, we'll come to the beach tomorrow, and again and again and again, and I feel like that's how it kind of took off. What do you think?
There's one add to the story. So if you've never heard of Angie Subs, you gotta look it up. It's super good. Yelp it, YouTube it, whatever. It was on Diner Drive, or the food show, the Food Network show.
Oh, really?
Divers, Dine-ins, and Dashers.
I don't know.
Whatever.
Even
Anyway,
if it wasn't though, it's like
so
like
good.
a staple to Jacksonville Beach.
But they have this this amazing sweet tea that you can't find anywhere other than Angie Subs. I had just so happened to have 32 ounces of it in a styrofoam cup, and Brandee was thirsty. She doesn't remember, but it was sitting on top of the cooler at their
I remember
mom's
the cooler.
And I had my my sweet tea there, and she wanted a sip. So that's when it all kind of kicked in.
So because I asked for a sip, you felt so like
I was
loved?
like, yes! She wants my sweet tea.
That's funny. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's funny.
It all started as sweet tea.
We'll kind of dig deeper into like the stories and embarrassment there, but that's kind of just how we met, like high school. I mean, we could have said high school, but that's boring. So
Yeah. High school.
there's that answer. Or when are we planning on having more kids?
I'll let you go do that. That's my explanation would probably be really short.
What was your explanation?
After all the weddings you have to attend. So she already has a lot of plans, and we've already invested in those weddings that she's going to be attending. So the bachelorette parties, the dresses, everything she wants to do. So after she attends all those weddings, that is a win.
Okay, and my answer is just one. So basically, in about 3 weeks now, my sister is getting married and we are going on a cruise. I would really like to not be pregnancy sick on top of seasick. And then after that, basically all of the weddings that I'm in, I've kind of geared towards if I was pregnant, would they still fit? And they do, or I think they will. And if they don't, I'll figure something out. So basically...
Hi, Dion, sorry.
Soon. Right? Soon.
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 Why did we start vlogging? So, we wanted to vlog back in Groton because my Aunt Janie had messaged us and said, hey, there's this thing out there, it's YouTube and it's vlogging, and you basically do what people have been doing for years and years, and it's just like filming family videos, you know, and instead of storing them on VCRs where you may or may not see them again, people are just posting them to YouTube and sharing them with everybody else, which in turn like saves your memories type thing. So we were like, oh, that's awesome, we should do that. We were really excited to do that, and it just didn't happen, right?
Yeah, it never happened.
Like, we filmed things, but we never put them together and made a video and such and such. So maybe one day we'll make a big video of the little things we filmed over the years, but maybe not. So then in Maine, we had talked about it again, and California, we said it again. And every time we moved, we said, these are things we want to document. Every time he's gone, and it's not a deployment, but it still is hard. Every time we're away from family, and it's a holiday, and it's not a big thing, but it still is hard. These things we wanted to just put out there because good or bad, we wanted to, you know, kind of share them. And some things we did and some things we didn't. But like I said, we didn't put them into a video to share. So when he deployed, what was that? I forget. Why did I start? Like, what?
So I made a comment over email one time, and I was like, I really wish I could see some of the things that you're talking about, because to me, you're talking about it, and it's like being on a submarine underwater for so long. It's kind of like a time capsule. Like, you're talking about all these things happening, but you're not really grasping the concept of like, hey, I dyed my hair. Oh, that's great. I don't know what you look like because I haven't seen your face in 4 months.
Yeah.
So
side note:
probably
on the submarine, there's no communication. There's only email, rarely. No videos, calling,
Nothing.
Skype, texting, FaceTime, none of that.
So it was one of those things to where like we needed to vlog. Instead of her just letting me miss it, she decided to start vlogging it. So that's whenever she started doing the Disney vlog, and from there it kind of took off, and it saved me a lot of a heartache. You know, the first time we came up to where I could see the videos, it was amazing just watching that. Oh wow, I do have a family. Because believe it or not, after months of not seeing anyone or talking to anyone, just email, you sometimes do think that everything's not there anymore. So,
and I didn't have to describe it to you. You could see it plain as day on that video. Like, you could feel the emotion,
Yep.
hear the voices of how he's grown from then to now and stuff like that. So that's pretty cool.
So overall, it was kind of like a timeline. It was memories for me because she was making them and the family was making them, and I didn't have them. So now I can share those memories with her.
Yeah.
Now I may not see everything that she encountered, but I at least have the same memories you guys do with the vlogs.
Right. And a lot of it was too, like, my mom always said, you need to do these. You need to do these. Are you going to do these? Like, don't say, well, I haven't all this time, so I feel like it's not worth it. Now is the time. Do it now. You're going to Disney. That's going to be a good one. Even if you don't make one past that, do your Disney vlog. And my sister, Katie, and my mom kind of both just like helped me and pushed me hard and didn't make fun of me and sat there in the awkward lighting in the hotel room with me and kind of just said, you know what? Like, it doesn't matter. It's for Cody. Do it for Cody. Don't think about it. Don't worry about it. If it's a silly little vlog, you'll appreciate it one day type thing.
And I do.
So, are y'all ever going to move to Hawaii? We are not. We would love to. Our best friends are there, and we want to go back and visit. I want to go back and visit. I know you want to go back and visit, but is it realistic? Are we going to go back and visit before they come home?
I hope so. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Hawaii, not. So for one, it's not the expenses. It's not. Well, it is the expense, but it's super. it's awesome to go. It really is. The hardest part is finding the time to go.
Yeah.
Living there, no. Only because
honestly, they don't have enough food options for me. Seriously, I feel like they only have Hawaiian food or like chain restaurants, and I'm like, I need that like Italian. I could eat spaghetti every day.
I'm a seafood guy. I eat pokey,
oh,
however you want to say it.
He was obsessed
all day, every day.
with that.
I can literally eat that for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Not have any problems.
Mm-hmm.
But her, on the other hand, she cannot. So that's the number one reason we can't stay there is because she can't. She won't even eat. She can't.
I mean, I'll lose some weight, but I need to have babies.
Yeah, but
so...
you need to eat to not die. So yeah. So no, Ian, Emily, we love you.
Love you.
We'll come visit. But
we're not moving there. Keep a lookout because we're going to be doing more videos, vlogs, and tours of our house. And also we're going to do that sit-down video of military homecoming. And so, yeah. So please like, subscribe, and share this video if you liked it. And we will see you next time. Bye!
Until next time. Realize, we didn't film anything today. And I'll start a video just by myself. Or telling, like, what we're doing. He's thirsty.
In the rainwater, like a big puddle of rainwater. Come on! Okay, I'm starting over.